facial hair is the symbol of the Movember charity?
Moustache.
Correct.
Yeah.
What
No.
red fruit is a traditional ingredient in a caprese salad?
Cherry.
Pomegranate.
Tomato.
Yeah.
Which X Factor runner-up
No.
had his 4th #1 album in 2016?
Pass.
Bouillon.
Ollie Murs. Executive 1 is the call sign for civil craft carrying the holder of what post?
President. Or maybe Prime Minister.
Pass.
US President.
Yeah.
Building began on what famous Indian mausoleum in 1632?
Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
Correct. Which Israelite king, the father of Solomon, ruled
David.
about 1000 BC?
David.
Correct. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland have all played what character on film? Correct. Mary I and Henry VI both had mothers with what name?
Tudor.
Anne.
Catherine. Chronologically, which is the last of the 4 tennis Grand Slam tournaments?
French Open.
Women's singles.
US Open.
Yeah.
In 2016, what social media site relaxed its 140 characters?
Twitter.
Out of time, bad luck, mate. You were right with Twitter.
We're looking for
did
3
alright
house at the
anyway.
moment. Just had my little girl, she's 15 months old, so we want to get a family home that's going to last us for a while.
Yeah, good. I wish you luck. Lisa, your time starts now. In business, how many times a year does an AGM take place?
Once.
Correct.
Annual.
Whose screenwriting debut is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them? J.K. Rowling. Portugal's São Miguel Island is part of what archipelago? The Azores. In October 2016, which heptathlete announced her retirement?
Jessica Ennishill.
Correct. Richard Wilson played Victor Meldrew in what TV sitcom?
Brave.
Correct. The name of what extinct marine creature comes from the Greek for 3 lobes?
Trust it.
Trilobite. The Tale of a Puppet is the subtitle of what famous story?
Pinocchio.
Pinocchio. Nougat and Marshmallow are versions of what smartphone operating system?
Android.
Correct. What country did Conchita Wurst represent at the Eurovision Song Contest?
Germany.
Austria. Which Iceni queen destroyed St Albans in the 1st century AD?
Boadicea.
Boudica. In 2001, Stella McCartney signed a major deal with what Italian fashion giant? Versace.
Versace.
Gucci.
Yeah.
£4 better player than that. The crew, should we do that?
We will, yeah.
Wish you luck.
Oh, it's alright anyway.
Starts now. On what type of surface would you typically use a toboggan?
Snow.
Correct. According to a book by John Gray, men are from what planet?
Mars.
Mars, correct. Who presented the TV show Celebrity Squares in the 70s and again in the 90s?
Pass.
Bob Monkhouse. Which royal dukedom was recreated prior to the royal wedding of 1947? Cornwall? Edinburgh. Who was the first Spaniard inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame?
Ballesteros.
Cedric Ballesteros. Correct. In what film did Anna Kendrick sing the song You're Gonna Miss Me?
Pass.
Pass. Pitch Perfect. What type of corn chips form the basis of the dish nachos?
Doritos.
Pass. Tortilla chips. Harland and Wolff shipbuilders are based in what UK capital?
Belfast.
Edinburgh. Belfast. In the play by Shakespeare, who is the last person to stab Julius Caesar?
Brutus.
Brutus. Correct. Another £4. 3 players, £4 on the
Et
cards.
tu, Brute.
Natural time starts now. Pantomime season typically occurs during which of the 4 seasons?
Winter.
Correct. What line of latitude gives its name to a South American country?
Equator.
Equator. What animated TV show features a school head teacher called PC Principal?
Pass.
Green Shop.
South Park. A ventricular fibrillation prevents what organ from working
Heart.
as a pump? Heart. Correct. Flopsy is the first character named in what story by Beatrix Potter?
Peter Rabbit.
Correct. Sylvester Stallone has played Rocky Balboa in how many feature-length films?
Oh, good grief. 6.
6. 7.
Yeah.
What primary colour is the sapphire known as the Star of India?
Blue.
Blue.
Correct. Which German philosopher coined the phrase dictatorship of the proletariat?
Marx.
Sigmund Freud.
Karl Marx. Which Japanese character was originally known as the White Cat with no name? Hello Kitty. In what winter sport do players wear slider shoes and gripper shoes?
Hockey.
Speed skating.
Curling. Curling, Neil. Of all the sports, that's like playing darts up your neck of the woods.
Really? Do they do curling
Now,
in
in a common
Scotland?
phrase, what's the alternative to lump it?
Like it.
Leave it.
Like it. How many London mayoral elections did Boris Johnson win?
2.
1. 2. Which reality TV star wrote the book Scarlett Says?
Pass.
Neil. Scarlett Moffat. What Italian city is home to the Boboli Gardens?
Rome.
Florence.
Correct. Wu Zetian was the only female emperor of what country?
China.
China.
Correct. In the film Spectre, what role was played by Naomi Harris?
Pass.
Moneypenny.
Correct.
Oh.
Rhesus pipistrelle is a species of what winged mammal?
Bat.
Bird.
Bat. Herod is a character in what Oscar Wilde play?
Mm.
Salome. What instrument is played in Adele's hit Someone Like You?
Guitar.
Piano.
Correct. The Arabian Sea is part of what ocean?
Indian.
Indian.
Correct. Which Egyptian god is said to have embalmed Osiris?
Ra.
Tutankhamun.
Anubis. Signature is a fragrance by which English ex-footballer? Shane.
Beckham.
Correct. Who was the first to win 3 Oscars for Best Actress? Shane.
Helen Mirren.
Catherine Hepburn.
Yeah.
What's raw fish or a usual topping of Napolitana pizza?
Anchovies.
Correct. Tahitian Landscape is a work by which French artist?
Pass.
Gauguin.
Yeah.
Roughly 73% of the brain is made up of what liquid?
Water.
Shane.
Water.
Correct. Which Muppet character has the catchphrase Who moi?
Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy.
Correct. Who was the first sovereign to rule from Buckingham Palace?
Victoria.
Correct.
Ooh.
In what tales did the sailor Sinbad make 7 voyages?
Arabian Nights.
Correct. Carol Klein was the birth name of which singer-songwriter?
Carol King.
Shane.
Pass.
Carol King. Mach 1 is also known as the speed of what?
Sound.
Light. Sound. The Border Gavaskar Trophy is awarded in what sport?
Cricket.
Shane.
Pass.
Cricket. Which city was at the westernmost point of the Mormon Trail? Shane.
Salt Lake City.
Correct. What Greek dish? Okay. 14, lads. 14.
Need pushbacks.
Yeah, you do need pushback. Your time starts now. What's the newborn young of a ram called?
Lamb.
Correct. Russia had its last Tsar in what century?
Nine.
20th.
Yeah.
Correct. Who
Nicholas
starred
II.
opposite Tom Cruise in the film Far and Away?
Pass.
Nicole Kidman.
Correct. Which king opened the 1948 London Olympic Games?
George VI.
King George VI.
Correct. Organzine is a type of what material?
Wood.
Silk.
Correct. Harriet Finch is a character of what TV soap?
Coronation Street.
Stop the clock, that is wrong. Take your time, gentlemen. Harriet
EastEnders
Finch is a character in what TV soap?
The only Coronation Street in Emmerdale as well as I watch, and she's not in that, so.
Well, they already said Coronation Street.
We'll try EastEnders.
Is
Yes.
wrong. Correct answer is Emmerdale.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Need to watch a few more episodes still. 9 to catch, 134 remaining. Here we go. Chasing your time starts again. Now, Viking Erik Thorvaldsson was better known as Eric the what?
Red.
Red.
Correct. Which famous Dutch artist had a mistress called Hendrikje?
Rembrandt.
Rembrandt.
Correct. And Melanie Chisholm is better known by what stage name?
Mel C.
Correct.
Yeah.
Inuit and Danish are official languages on what island?
Greenland.
Greenland.
Correct. In Greek myth, which jealous goddess was the enemy of Io?
Mm.
Hera.
Athena.
Correct.
Mm.
The name of what Spanish drink translates as bleeding?
Sangria.
Correct.
Yeah.
Who directed the horror film Rosemary's Baby?
Polanski. Roman Polanski.
Correct.
Mm.
What perfume term translates from French to toilet water?
Toilette. Eau de toilette.
Correct. Who wrote the children's book The Horse and His Boy?
C.S. Lewis.
Correct.
Easily.
One attempt to push back, obviously not executed, caught with 53 seconds remaining. So, A, we probably needed a full